Welcome to Podbox, the show where you ask and we answer. If you enjoy the content, feel free to like or rate us 5-star on Spotify. And comment your questions on our YouTube channel for future discussion in later episodes. Thank you for your cooperation, and we hope you enjoy the show. Right. So I think the main topic for this like thing, wasn't it? It was fitness and body dysmorphia.
Oh, I just killed her.
Like everything associated with it, really.
And we were going to be killing Japanese men during World War II during this.
Yeah.
You know. Vibes.
Yeah.
Pretty normal stuff. Oh, did Stoney? Okay, here we go.
So
speaking of fitness.
Yeah, speaking of fitness. So
where did it all start? Start with that?
Yeah, sure. Like what do you mean by that, you know?
Came out the womb in 01. Or you're about to shoot your head at.
But like when you like where did fitness start for you then? Actually, that's a good question. Like what was
in the Second World War?
No.
I used to exercise a lot growing up, so I did taekwondo, played hockey. That was till like year 11, so I would have been 16. And I was still very underweight at that time. I think I was like same height I am now, basically, maybe 1 inch, 2 inches shorter. And I was like 45 kg. And I was like, right, we gotta sort this out here, man.
You've gotta.
Started eating a bit more. Then I joined the gym at like 17, I think. But yeah, and then it's been quite up and down since then. I've gained 15 kg so far, I think.
10 kg? Damn.
15.
That is 15, bro. That's insane.
Yeah. It's been like a few years, or like 5.
Yeah, but even still, bro. I mean, it's a lot. And like, it's not like it's not fat. It's like that weight came purely from bulking and muscle. So it's like,
muscle, yeah.
That's really impressive, I'd say. Yeah. As for me then, my background. I mean, yeah, I had a similar thing with primary school. I'd very adventurous when it came to like new stuff. I'd try a whole ton of sports. I think the ones in primary specifically was playing football. I was like a keeper, and fun fact, I was the keeper for the primary school like team, the A team, and one of the players grew up to be a professional footballer in Tottenham. So pretty mad. Don't know if I ever told you that.
I was the captain of my year 6 team for some reason.
Oh, fair.
Let's go.
But yeah, so that's where that started. And then when I hit secondary school, I didn't like know really anyone in particular as well, which definitely made it hard. And that's where basically it all kind of went downhill, because I had a whole ton of basically I had problems where whenever I tried to do something, I just felt incompetent and like what I would do. So like, say with football, I love to play football, but in comparison to the other people in secondary school, they were all so much better than me, and they definitely proved their point to say that they were better than me at stuff. And it kind of just demotivated me a lot, and that's kind of why I got a little chubbier. I kind of gave up on it. And then a few years later, I finally started hitting the gym again. But not even the gym. I tried going gym and back. It wasn't really something I was interested in. And I think first thing to like the first proper crucial steps for like actually becoming fitter and stuff was basically doing judo, because I started doing judo then. And it was basically, I didn't see it as an exercise. It was a social but like physical thing on the side. So it motivated me to get fitter, and obviously genetics definitely helped as I grew like a good 2 meters tall, which definitely slowed me down. But yeah, that's where it started, and that's where I got a kind of taste for this is what I kind of like, this feeling of being able to move my body around properly and stuff. And then in recent years, I think I've properly got onto the gym game and like the exercise game, really. And from it, I mean, there's a lot of stuff but like, you know, like trying to figure out what's right, what's wrong, what's the best thing to do. I was much more into calisthenics. I think I said this yesterday to you. Until more recently now, I've started just doing a basic kind of 3 times a week workout. Maybe more if I can fit it in, but just kind of content with what I'm doing and trying to improve, kind of thing. So yeah. Yeah.
We met in what year? Year 9, I think. So we would have been like 15.
Yep.
And in what was it? 2018, I think we started boxing, didn't we?
That we did, yeah. That was the first days. I can't remember who convinced who into it. I feel like maybe I talked to you to say, hey, do you want to do some boxing? Because you had a box. I think you had the stuff and you mentioned it, and we were like, oh, we should do it.
Really used it.
But
my dad used to teach karate, so we had like a bag, we had a few mitts. Yeah, I started hitting the bag, and then we started training together.
Yeah. Wait, you and your dad, or me and you?
me and you.
I was gonna say, it's like, bro, I would have loved to see Naz, you know, get that one in.
I taught my dad actually, like,
Did you?
when I was young.
That's cool.
A little bit, yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't have any kind of things like that with my parents, because yeah, my dad didn't really exercise that much.
Fair.
I think the most we did was like chuck a ball around, like, because he used to play quite a bit of rugby.
Really? Oh, nice.
So yeah.
Tough,
but yeah, going on to the next thing then. One of the questions was, what does it mean to be healthy to you? What is, like,
I think
yeah, sorry.
diet's probably the most important one, I'd say, like with regards to, I guess, how you look or things like that. And you know, eating how many calories you should be eating, like good macronutrients, good micronutrients, having enough water, and then I'd say what the fuck?
There's this cutscene, don't worry about it.
Okay. I just got teleported. Besides that, sleep is probably the second most, I'd say. Have I lost my legs?
Yeah, we've lost our legs. Don't worry about
Speaking of health. Yeah, sleep is very, very important. You know, you got to get at least 8 hours usually, consistently and stuff. And then yeah, exercise is definitely very important as well. I think the minimum recommendation is like twice a week for at least half an hour, but I think at least 3 or 4 times a week is like necessary.
Yeah, I think it's a firm belief of, like, for me, it's a case of what do you want, you know? What are your goals when it comes to, like, being healthy? What are you looking for? Are you looking for, like, big muscles? Are you just wanting to get, like, specifically just really fit and, like, in kind of nice shape? Like, what's the goal and why are you doing it? And I think that's why, like, it's important to, like, take those things into account. With, like, your workout, because you can say, oh, I really want to go to the gym 7 times a week, but then you'll be like, why am I doing this? Kind of thing. Like, it's a case of what do you want, and do you want to, if you want to push yourself to do 7 times a week, go for it. But more often than not, that, like, really pushes your discipline on the side of that, and that's where I think a lot of people mess up with their workouts, because it's.
I think sustainability is really important, because I mean, I said I gained 15 kg, but it's been what, like 5 years.
Yeah.
Some people probably gain like half of that in a year or 2 years, but it takes a lot more, I guess, effort to be put into, you know, working out and stuff. So I think the most important thing is sustainability, because if you develop it as a habit, you won't go off track as much.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why things like Weight Watchers or things, they don't usually work, because they're too short term.
That's why I think in a lot of cases dieting, like, you know, like the classic media dieting thing, like or keto, for example. I don't think keto actually helps the vast majority of people when it comes to, like, losing weight or, like, basically getting what they want, simply because it's such a strict lifestyle that once you say, oh, I finished this diet, then I'm just going to go back. Exactly. And it's a case of, you don't want to, I'd prefer to say lifestyle, because it's a case of, this is how you will live, and you have to make some sacrifices to it, but you shouldn't have to sacrifice like too much in order to get the physiques that you're looking for, kind of thing.
I completely agree with that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's why sometimes if you set a time period that's too short and too intense, you're not gonna be successful in the long run.
Mm.
But I
And
feel like now we've both developed, like our eating and our exercise habits to the point where we can like maintain it for the rest of our life quite easily.
definitely. I think a problem I might have had a little bit because in the last, not the last year, the year before that, I had the issue of I wasn't eating enough kind of thing, and it wasn't because of any like mental problems or like I didn't have food phobia or anything like that. It's just a case of I didn't have time to eat or find the time to like get enough. And I'm 6'2", so it's a case of I need a lot of like carbs and stuff just to stay in shape, and because I wasn't having that amount, I kind of just kept losing, which is fine. It made it like but it means I couldn't get really what I wanted, which was like a bit more muscle development and less like skinny bones kind of thing. So yeah.
I'm just killing all these guys over.
That's fine.
And I agree. I think eating enough is sometimes hard. Like, I've been very up and down on my journey. I think even when we did A levels, I mostly stopped working out. My hunger just plummeted. So I lost probably like 2 or 3 kg because I just wasn't hungry. So I think exercising is actually like really helpful in terms of us wanting to eat enough. Where are these guys at?
Oh, what the fuck's happening? I don't know.
What's happening? Sorry guys, 1 sec for me. Do I need to nuke? Is that our tank or?
But yeah.
My guys.
I was gonna say I think there's an important thing in order to like if you want to have a good like relationship with your like physical appearance and or like just physique and stuff and like building muscle. I think it's important to have 2 things. One is motivation and the other is discipline, because the way I see it, like motivation is the thing that gets you started, and it's the thing that it's the reason you want it, and having like specific targets with that can be very good. Like say I want to train, or even just boxers, they want to train for like a fight, and so they will have so much motivation to be able to I just saw someone fly right past my face. Can you come get me? Have so much motivation to basically push their body and go through the strict training, and that's important. So that's the starting piece, and then the discipline side of it is the actual sustainability side, because you have to be incredibly disciplined, or at least to a degree disciplined. You don't have to be like a boxer level to be able to, but you have to be disciplined enough to realize, I don't want to be lazy, I do want to go to the gym, I'm going to keep maintaining this kind of workout scheme that I've got, even if it's like 2 times a week. I'll keep doing it on those days, and that is the key to like getting the results that you want, is really just about repetition and keeping that discipline to be able to.
That's why I'm saying sometimes it's better to look long term, because you only have it's about charging. You have motivation in the beginning, but discipline you need to sort of build up over time.
Yeah.
Very important to have that.
And
Not just with working out, I guess, with all aspects of life. Discipline's very important.
So from there, then going through to diet. I'll come get you, don't worry. What about like, because we have very different like methods of how we're getting fit. Because you are a straight bulker and I am a more calisthenic. Oh, actually less so now, but I'm more of a lean bulker right now. So
I was doing mainly lean bulk, to be fair, but I think the weight gainer is helping with that.
Yeah.
It might be.
So do you want to just explain the difference between like what your experience is with like regular bulking though is?
You mean like dirty bulking, because eating whatever?
Yeah. No. Or that or like trained bulking. But I mean like you're trying to eat a strict diet, but it's a lot, so you are bulking kind of thing.
Oh yeah. So I'm eating probably. Oh, I'm gonna. 1 sec. I'm probably eating 500, 600 calories over maintenance, or like more like 500, but no more than that usually, just to make sure like my body has a surplus. And I'm also using like weight gainer to try and minimize the fats I'm having, but really maximize like protein and carbs. So I'm essentially trying to stay as lean as I can while having quite a big like surplus.
Yeah. Nice.
I was eating at maintenance though for a good while, a year or so, just getting accustomed to like the current weight. But yeah, yeah.
My style of dieting and like things associated with that, like I am technically lean bulking because I'm not eating massive amounts of food to be able to do that, but that's mainly because of cost as well, because I'm trying to survive a student lifestyle at the moment. But I am eating enough. So, but because of that, it's a case of I kind of can tell exactly how much my body just needs to build enough to build muscle, and B to like obviously not lose it kind of thing, or like sustain the amount of carbs that I need to run properly. And it's a case of I'm not a calorie counter or anything like that. I don't even think that's really that important. It's a case of if you have a good feel of what you think your body needs, then I think it can make things with dieting a lot easier.
That's interesting because in my experience, I only find I have progress when I count my calories like exactly, because I tend to I think I overestimate how much I eat.
One little method I like to do actually, I was gonna say, is because I think if I cook a lot as well, so I like to experiment and do a bunch of stuff. But one thing I kind of follow by, which is a cute little thing that I think Misha told me about, was basically called colorful cooking, and the idea of it behind it is just a basic idea of, if your dish that you're making looks very colorful, it's more likely than not going to be actually a very like kind of nutritious meal. Like say if I'm having pasta, I can have some spinach in it, so that's green. I can have tomato in it, which is red. I can have peppers, which is yellow, and all that kind of stuff. And it just basically the diversity in vegetables and stuff. To be fair, whenever I cook anyway, I just chuck in a fuck ton of veg anyway, so it's.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
But yeah, that's a little technique that's just kind of I subtly follow. I don't do it like obviously I don't follow it like the Bible, but
yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's kind of a case of if you want to prioritize it, I think definitely that it is a good idea to like do. So like if your main goals is to I'm going to completely focus on bulking correctly, I think I would agree with you and say you probably should be like monitoring what you're eating and like maybe even calorie counting. But if you're just doing it saying I just want to be fitter, like no time zone specifically, I can take as long as you want, then it's a case of just adjusting your lifestyle, I think, to whatever your needs really need. So yeah, it can be a lot more chill.
Don't shy away from calorie counting though, because I mean I found I just didn't really make progress at all when I wouldn't. So it's something I kind of had to do. It depends on the person. Yeah.
Yeah, it very much does. And yeah, okay. Next question. I think that was one that you put actually. That was the body, and it's something I actually really like. Oh wow, that's a great topic.
Yeah.
It was body dysmorphia as a result of fitness industry and social media. Now, what do you mean by that? Because I'll let you. You're the one who put that question in.
Yeah. So body dysmorphia is basically just not being like I guess happy with how you look or pointing out a lot of things you don't like. Even though I guess in a fitness context, like even if you've made a lot of progress, which I think we both have. Still find things to like I guess nitpick or just things like that. It's not really hey, what the happened?
He's dying. Don't worry about him. Anyway,
he's gonna be okay, man. Don't worry.
He's gonna be okay. I think body dysmorphia has skyrocketed in the recent years because of social media, especially.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I think the use of filters and stuff makes it even worse because it basically,
Yeah.
no matter where you look, he'll make it seem like there are these gods of people like around us who are constantly, you know, they have six-pack abs, can bench 200 kilograms and all that stuff.
Yeah,
When in
yeah.
reality, that's actually maybe I think was it 5% of the population are like that, and it's a case of it's over like popularized to be able to use these filters to kind of either fake it or make even if they do have muscle, make it look even better. And it's a case of what is real and what is fake now. And I think especially on children and stuff as well, it can be a big impact because it's like I'm growing up and seeing all these people that are so beautiful and so things, and then I'm like, oh, they have very long hair. Why don't I have long hair? Kind of thing. Maybe I should try that. And then it kind of makes you keep questioning yourself when you shouldn't really.
Yes, yeah, very true. I think more so for like more guys, it's probably like the physique, isn't it, or like having just being fucking jacked. I will say I've learned in recent years like a lot of the Hollywood stars are just like on stuff, or either on like steroids or TRT
Yeah.
or growth hormone, and you just don't realize because they just say, oh yeah, I eat just chicken, rice, and broccoli, man. That's all I that's all I eat.
Yeah. There's also
So
like the kind of thing of people who the term natty, I feel like that's come around like very recently.
natty, yeah,
Which basically means, yeah, pure natural builds, and it's a case of bodybuilders trying to say that, oh, I haven't used any kinds of scientific things, it's completely natural and stuff like that.
I think. So go on.
And I think that even includes supplements as well, like no creatine. Or I think that's kind of up in the air, to be honest, but yeah.
I think creatine and protein powder are considered natural because they don't alter like hormones. But all the other stuff does.
Yeah.
I mean, take. Oh, I just killed. I take creatine and I take like weight gainer protein powder.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes me. In my eyes, that's natty, but I mean, some people it might.
Yeah, exactly. It's a ton of appearance. Personally, yeah, I don't care about it. I'm obviously not going to be taking steroids, but I take weight, or not even impact gainer, just protein powder or meal replacement because it's convenient. I don't always have time to cook.
It's so convenient. Like,
and I've recently been taking creatine because basically I thought it's scientifically proven to actually boost your muscle gain basically because of like water retention, and there's a whole thing with ATP. I can go into that in detail, but I'll probably leave it for now. Maybe I'll bring that back up when Misha's on here, because she knows better than me. Yeah.
I mean, I definitely find creatine helps a lot. Protein powder stuff is just really, really convenient, especially if you're someone who lives a very like busy lifestyle. If you make the diet easy, then the working out becomes a lot easier. The whole process becomes easy. So.
Yeah, exactly. And with that said, I've lived and worked out for a good 19, 20 years completely fine without creatine. You don't need creatine to get a good bod, not in the slightest. But if you want a little edge, or you maybe want a bit more like progress, I think it's a nice little thing. It's there to help you. That's the point of a supplement, really.
Exactly.
So it's just there if you need it, but you don't. Yeah. So yeah, and I think as well there's a lot of going with the other half of it. You talked about the fitness industry, and I think there is a lot of miscommunication in the fitness industry, and I can't tell if that's intentional or not. If you know what I mean. Like there's people like Athlean X where they'll literally just completely backtrack of exactly, like, say one thing and then completely say another kind of things. There's influencers that will basically say, oh, you need to do this and this and this to get a bod, when really that might not be the case for your, because it's different for every person, kind of thing.
I think the advice is usually like quite generic, which isn't a bad thing. It just means it'll help for most people. But yeah. So if you've got certain conditions, or limits on your mobility, or how often you can work out, then I think everyone's path is a bit different. So, one size fits all by any means.
And yeah, it's a case of, I think, at least for me, it's do like maybe take a few influences and like take it with a grain of salt, no matter what you kind of hear,
Yeah.
and think about what you want to do. And basically, like, what say I want to have bigger arms, maybe I'll try the workout out, and if it feels natural and it feels good, and if I feel like it's actually hitting the muscle group that it should be hitting, then I'll continue doing it. But if not, then I won't bother, kind of thing. So.
Right. I mean, sometimes it might not feel the best because you're just not used to it, or maybe your form's a bit off. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think if you adjust,
Yeah. So yeah. What else have we got in here? Let's have a look.
What was that topic? So was that fitness?
That was fitness industry and body dysmorphia.
Oh, I've got a good one. Do you think not bullying people, but like being mean to people about their bodies is motivational or not?
That's the whole like positive encouragement and negative encouragement argument, you know.
Yeah.
I think in both cases, obviously positive encouragement is straight up better. If you can say, if you can be positive about it, then you'll definitely see results much better. But at the same time, I think it's important to actually be honest with people and say, if you feel very unhealthy in the way you eat or the way your lifestyle is. Doesn't have to mean that, say, you're fat. It could mean you're underweight, or it could be anything like that. It's a case of someone should, in your life, if you have the right people in your life, tell you that you're not, like, they should kind of wake you up to that kind of thing, where it's like, you're not being healthy, and you probably should do something about it, kind of thing. Not in like a, bro, you're fat as fuck, do something about it, you, Jesus Christ, go to the gym, but like, in an encouraging way, or even a discouraging, but like, it's not discouraging, but like, in the way of basically saying, like, just pointing it out. You might need to be savage about it, but I think it's very important to do it anyway, just so that they realize, because maybe they don't realize, kind of thing, you know?
That's an important distinction, I think, because I will say it's some of the stuff that motivates me is just like what people have said to me in the past about like the way I look or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, no, I think negative encouragement always negative things always stand out more.
Yeah. That's very true. People, it seems like human nature to actually kind of focus on the negatives and not acknowledge the actual positives.
I think it's called risk averse, so we always like to avoid bad things. So we always focus on bad things more.
But you got to turn that into motivation, you know. Be better.
Yeah. I think in a way negative talk can be good, but yeah, I think bullying is obviously wrong.
I don't know how. Also, this is kind of going from that to also back to social media. There's a thing which I can't tell if people being serious about, but it's a case of people saying, "Oh, if you're going to the gym, then you're being fat phobic."
That's some bullshit, man.
And the only thing I can say is, if you want to be, if you want to like live your life like being obese or whatever, fair enough, that is your choice, but I honestly believe that a vast majority of people don't actually want that. They don't want the health issues, they don't want the problems.
I'm genuinely fat phobic, so,
and it's a case of they just don't have the motivation to do it, and it's fair enough, it happens, but it's a case of it's important to tell people in an encouraging way. That's the important thing here. Encouraging way to say, like, come on, bro, let's go to the gym. Let's start this. We can get you into shape, or like just something. That's what people need. A hand of encouragement, not something to say, bro, you're fat. I'm gonna bully you. You know, because that makes it worse.
That's brilliant. Oh, there's so many tags.
Yeah, bro.
But,
oh, there we go.
One good thing about what you said is I think having a friend that goes to the gym or encourages you is really good as well. You need to surround yourself with people that are. What? Did I just hit you there? Oh, I think I hit you.
Oh, you just died apparently.
What's happened? How did I die?
I don't know. Anyway, what were you saying?
I was saying, yeah, I think having friends that want to go to the gym or want to get better physically and health because it's also important as well.
Mm. Yeah, I think it's even better when you do it with other people as well, because you have, you know,
Just like motivation, isn't it?
yeah, it's the motivation. Like you have an extra like barricade of, if you're not good, if you feel lazy about going to the gym, then they'll be like, bro, come on, what you doing? There's no slacking kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no slacking.
So, yeah.
Grenade. Love left.
So yeah, I don't think people should be content with I don't think, unless they really don't care, I don't think people should be content with being like overweight, because it's so many, or just unhealthy actually. Yeah, sorry, not overweight. Yeah. Just because it's just what it will do to you. It won't make you be like, it will influence the way you are, and in a negative way. It'll make you see things in a negative way, I think. Anyway.
Yeah, and one thing is you don't actually realise how much better it is until you're on like the other side.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how to knife and I'm about to die.
Is it E? No, I don't know.
I thought it was E. And yeah, so.
It just winds up not getting you up.
I have no idea.
Go.
Okay, thank you. So,
Could move his head. Oh my gosh.
Okay, yeah, so here's the question I put in. Where to start if you're completely new?
Pick out some sort of exercise you want to do, and that might just be like trying a load of different things.
Yeah. And also, it's a case of, as well, I'd say, it's what you like, kind of thing. Because the gym is not for everyone. I agree with that. I think the gym in itself is like a supplement to what you really want. Unless, obviously, it's the thing you want is inside the gym, then that's different. Like, you know, being a bodybuilder. But I think a lot of people use the gym in order to be fitter for something else, kind of thing. And so it's a case of, if you have like a passion in something, like say for example with you said karate or not karate, martial arts or boxing, that's a great thing to start doing because you enjoy it, and also you get your body in the right mindset of like, oh, I like fitness kind of thing. And then if you want to go to the gym, then go to the gym after to like maybe help with your progress of it, you know, that motivation.
Well, goals can change as well, and you know, you might definitely open yourself up and try a load of different things. If you're at university, go to, you know, societies, things like that. Just have a go.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything could be like yoga, rock climbing.
Yeah, you can, yeah, exactly. Like it's just a case of what do you want to try, and just do it. You know, nothing's stopping you. So
then like, now my fitness goals are mainly boxing and I guess weightlifting, getting stronger and looking better. So it doesn't need to be one singular thing as well. You can expand upon what it means to be fit for you, to be healthy.
like how I said at the beginning of this, actually, I was I'm not overweight. I'd say I was just chubby. I was a kid.
Chubby, yeah.
And I started doing a club, and that was literally kind of like the turnaround. Like, oh, I like doing this, and I'm also getting fitter, so maybe I should do a little bit more, or do something, keep trying more stuff. And eventually, I gave up on judo, but I found other things instead, like boxing, karate, kind of stuff like that. And that puts me on to my next point. I think if you feel intimidated by martial art, you should still give it a try, or even boxing. Because
I think that's the best part of it, though, because no one's not scared before you have a spar or nervous. I think that overcoming that is very important.
And yeah, I think I've seen that a lot as well, like seeing people like change, how they change and adapt to it. Because I think it's happened multiple times to me anyway. I've seen people's opinion of boxing, for example, like with Josh and Misha and like many others. I've seen like just it's the flip around of kind of, oh, this is, I don't want to get hurt. I'm like a little scared. I don't like the idea of this. Kind of thing. And then when you start doing it, your mindset completely changes. Like, oh, this isn't. I mean, it can be dangerous, but normally in the environment, like if you're with the right people, it's not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's very engaging, and it can be a lot of fun, and it's obviously very good for your like health as well. It makes you like I think there's an entire study about like how fitness makes you focus, and it makes you like it boosts endorphins and like literally makes you happier.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, it's just crazy to see because it's like Josh, for example. Josh is if a year ago, I'd say not even a year ago, a few months ago, Josh isn't the kind of guy you would expect to be a fighter. By that I mean like the kind of guy to be on the street and like say, bro, give me your money or something. You wouldn't get mugged by Josh, that's all I'm saying. But when he's but like even that, I remember we asked him a few times in the past, and he was always like, oh well, you know, I'm not really, I don't think I'd be very good at it, or like that kind of it's like it's a bit scary, I might get hurt kind of thing. And then now he's started doing it, and he's tried it out a few times, and I remember also when he started, he's like, I'm not going to do any sparring. I don't want to do any sparring.
We're basically doing sparring with him.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's changed because he's got more used to it and more like comfortable with it. And he's also, because it definitely helps being with someone you trust, because I imagine you wouldn't be sparring with some random fucking guy.
Exactly,
But it's a case of, it changes you. It gives you a new layer of confidence, I think, too, which I think a lot of people need to, you have to take that step to be able to do that.
I was thinking about this. I think for me, like weightlifting or gaining weight and stuff, looking better, that's more like external confidence. And then the internal side is probably from boxing, to be fair. I don't think I think anything develops your character like getting punched in the face.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to choose the right place. That's an important thing with boxing or martial arts in general. If you're new and you're kind of maybe more on like the passive side, I recommend going to a place that teaches you the technique rather than teaches you the sparring.
We'd say for at least the first 2 months. That's what they recommend at West Ham at least.
Because
you can start light sparring.
Yeah, exactly. Build it up. Don't hop straight into sparring because you'll get intimidated and you might fall flat on your ass pretty much.
I mean, with Josh, to be fair, we started body sparring for like the first or second session, but obviously it wasn't.
It wasn't proper, yeah, exactly. But like, if you go to a club and there's people you don't know, they might just go full ham. There's nothing to stop that.
You never know.
So, just got kicked in the face.
Oh, he looks like a very angry fella.
Yeah.
See, that man cannot punch. That was shit.
That was my guy. So you see what I mean? That's also it builds your confidence. Not in this guy because he's terrible. God, they should do more on that.
I think martial arts is brilliant for confidence, but I think even more the sparring is really important because I used to do taekwondo, but I was terrible, bro. Like I felt like I could never be prepared to at least defend myself with that technique. But with boxing, I'm like, okay, I probably can a bit. I run away.
Yeah, I think it's important because I think there's also on a biological level as well, like people not like, I think it's kind of part of human nature to have a bit of like conflict. I don't know how to explain it. Like basically I think boxing provides a new kind of experience that your body and your mind kind of needs to give you more confidence and like basically improve you as a person kind of thing.
I absolutely agree with that, yeah.
With that said, I think it's an important thing to address that you shouldn't learn boxing to beat people up. Or any martial art. You shouldn't learn it for the sake of beating people up. They'll even teach you this, I imagine. The point of the stuff is not to be used unless it is to defend yourself. You shouldn't use it as a way of dominating others. You should use it to protect yourself or others, kind of thing.
Unless there's like some sort of sparring arrangement where you know, like.
Yeah, exactly. Unless it's sparring, because that is part of the training. That's different.
That usually has protection, right? You have a headgear, you have bigger gloves.
Yeah, and you're in a safe space. That's important as well, because you shouldn't. Yeah, and I think if you're in the right kind of place, they will teach you that, and you'll begin to understand that you may have the power to beat someone to breaking death of their life and like kind of thing, but clearly you shouldn't, because it's a case of like. I think there's a quote actually, like true strength is being able to like pick your battles or kind of. I don't actually know what I'm trying to say here. Basically, I'm trying to say is you should fight only as a last resort kind of thing, never to attack someone.
Fighting's damaging as well.
Yeah.
Imagine getting hit, like, punched without boxing gloves or wraps.
Oh no, I've been. Yeah, no, right. No, but yeah, never been in an actual fight myself. To be fair.
I was in like a year 6 scrap this time.
Oh, I was in a tiny scrap of this year 10 when I was in year 7.
Oh my gosh.
Zach Brothers, if you remember him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and yeah, but yeah.
Fireball. Oh my gosh, I got machine gun. Oh.
So yeah, that's what I'd say. I recommend anyone honestly to try out some kind of physical activity like that because it does something different than any other sport really. I think.
Yeah, I think combat sports are like the hardest sports in the world as well.
Yeah, they are hard, but that's the thing. It also, again, it can help with other stuff. Like it will teach you a new level of discipline to be able to.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Like improve yourself both physically and mentally, kind of thing. Because yeah,
this is what I said to Josh is like when you lift weights or whatever, you can just put the weight down. But if someone's trying to like beat you up or whatever, obviously you shouldn't have that from the get go. But I think tough sparring is quite important.
Yeah.
Like the character and stuff. That's why I spar with you because it's fucking tough.
Yeah, it's.
But it's good though. Like every time I spar with you, it's like a test.
Yeah, it's a good way to see like how far you've come. I remember last time we sparred, you got some good hits off, and it's like I remember you saying, "Bro, I actually got some decent hits off this time," and I was like, part of me was like, "Bro, that's not happening again," but the other half of me was like, "I'm proud of you because it means you are improving as a fighter and as a like, you know, and as an artist of the martial."
Martial. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Very hard to figure out the strategy to fight you because you're pretty much good at every single like style.
That's because I try and learn as many styles as possible. But
but it's good. It's very good practice.
One thing when I was sparring with you, I was trying to mix up my style into a more like heavy hitter kind of stage, which is why as well I might be a little less like because I think when I first started sparring with you, I was much more like duck in and out kind of thing, go for the hits, not for the power kind of thing. And basically that means I can get quite a few hits by just like staying there and jab and like going back and forth with jabbing, but it won't do a lot of damage. Like by the way, this is to your abs, by the way, not to your face. I'm gonna knock you out. But it's a case of like finding that good in between. And also as well, what I like to do is because I know sadly, you are a bit smaller than me, and you don't have as much reach. So there is that disadvantage, and I like to put myself in a situation where it's more close quarters, which does put me at a disadvantage as well by going that close, because you know you don't have anywhere near as far to hit me. But the benefit is it's training me as well to fight in a new kind of way, and it forces that kind of creativity to come out. So I like doing it because of that. Yeah. One thing that I haven't been doing, which I don't know if I should in a sparring session, is, the whole point of, like, do you know the whole point of, like, aiming for the abs kind of thing?
Just, like, slow it, to drain the stamina.
Well, actually, you're not supposed to be hitting the abs. At least in martial arts. I don't know about in boxing. But the point is, you're supposed to be hitting the diaphragm. But obviously, training by hitting a diaphragm isn't exactly a good idea because you'll just get winded all the time.
Yeah, you get winded, yeah.
But I imagine in boxing, they teach you... I mean, they literally teach you how to breathe properly when you get hit and stuff as well. So I imagine that's why they teach you that, because in actual competition, sparring and stuff, or like stuff like that, if you get hit in the diaphragm, you can at least, breathe out properly and, not get winded by it. But that is the point, because you're supposed to be getting hit aiming for the diaphragm to take the air out of people and drain their stamina.
Yeah. I think people usually go out because it's just easier to hit. It's easier to get a clean shot because the diaphragm is near it's like train your chest and abs.
Yeah, that is also true. That is.
So that's probably why. Yeah, I remember once you definitely hit me in there.
Oh, I thought I used to hit you all the time in the balls too. That's the best.
I remember that. Yeah. Is there a tank in there? There's a tank somewhere.
Yeah, very. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a surprise, but yeah, they've just really put this. They made it very obvious by putting it on the map, huh?
Nice, dude.
There you go. So yeah, that's what I'd say. Definitely give it a try if you've never tried it before.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh my gosh, get some more. There, 94. Oh, that guy's arm is blown off, I think.
Right. We got anything else we want to talk about? Anything?
Do we have anything else in the thing?
I got to check 1 minute. I got to tab out for a sec.
Anyways.
Oh, okay. Well, this is kind of one because we've both done a little bit. You've done much more than me, mind you. Training people. So specifically in your case, it's training.
Yeah. Mainly. And I mean, even at the boxing club, I used to hold pads a bit as well.
Yeah, I'm
So
stuck. I'm stuck.
A little bit.
I'm stuck.
What's he doing?
There we go. Yeah. So tell me, what's it like to be training somebody, and what do you?
Cool. It's a pretty cool feeling, to be fair. Like, I mean, at the boxing club, I used to just hold pads with people, but that was just more, you know, like for sort of like fitness or whatever, to just get a good workout and stuff. I got a compliment on my pad holding, so that was nice from the guy.
Yeah, you're much better holding pads than me, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think a good way is, I think I may be a bit more better to help someone learn their issues with spar, basically their issues through martial arts or boxing, basically through sparring. I'm a very practical teacher, I think. And I think you're much more of an actual teacher, being able to teach them the basic principles and being able to give them the technique that they need and that kind of stuff. Because I remember when we had that session where I was there and I think Misha was there too, and so was Josh. When I took Josh for a little bit to train, you were training Misha, I taught Josh how to basically, I was teaching him the basics of moving, so it could be applied in a sparring sense, so how he could move back and forth with his legs. And I did a little technique thing where it says, all right, basically duck out and then duck in and jab or punch. Doesn't matter what you do, kind of thing. But it gets you in that kind of move, gets your body in that kind of feeling of this is what you would be doing in a sparring situation. You'd be ducking in, you're ducking out, and constantly on your feet, getting the balance shifted everywhere, kind of thing. And yeah, so that's I think that's where I shine as a teacher when it comes to that kind of stuff. Just if it's applied to sparring, because that stuff kind of comes very naturally. I can't teaching someone the technique of how you should throw a jab is I can do it, but not anywhere near as well as you probably.
I've been teaching Josh a bit more balance and footwork recently as well, but yeah, it's mostly been just punches. I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
No, please. Oh no, sir.
I'd also say that's an important thing. If you're wanting to get into martial arts or anything like that, you should definitely do a mixture. It's important to imply what you're learning in anything really as well, but it's very simple in that because it's in martial arts, because it's a case of you know, you're physically seeing where your shortcomings might be and stuff like that. So
wait, sorry, what do you mean a mixture? You mean sparring and
sparring and learning, so just pad work or just getting taught stuff, applying the things you learn in sessions.
But yeah, no, for sure. It's kind of like when you sit. Oh, isn't a grenade. When you set an exam, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
You do the coursework.
A very nonchalant exam.
I've just shot a teammate. Whoopsie. Oh, I've just shot another. I keep killing our teammates.
Nice. Yeah. But I remember because I was teaching Misha a little bit, or trying to train her up a little bit in terms of she'd never really done any. I think she's done a bit of martial arts, but not anything proper.
She did like.
I think she did a bit of taekwondo as a child. What the?
Oh, I did taekwondo.
There's a. Wait, well, come here. Sorry, wait. Just let me hold Nelson's point for a sec. Come here. Where are you? You see that guy on the tank?
Where?
And the blown up tank right in front there. He's like he's
T-posing.
He's just floating.
Oh, for me, he's like lying down, levitating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's just levitating. That's yeah. We did it. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, when I was training Misha, she was kind of similar to Josh in terms of like she was a bit like, oh, I don't know about this. She always like kind of shrugging it off, kind of. And then when she properly started getting into it, and I think it's important for people like that to have a lot of encouragement, and be slowly moved into it. She got more confident and more, like, yeah, she got more confident in the way she would approach things. And I think for that, she started asking me to do it, which I was surprised by. Like, oh, do you want to do some sparring? It's like, yeah, I'd love to. And so, yeah, I think it's going back to the point of give it a try if you've never done it before, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I get some more quickly? I'll be back in.
Yeah, of course, of course. I'm gonna have some water too. My voice is getting tired. I think actually there was something I was thinking about while I was going for a piss and having a drink.
It's got inspired mid-piss.
Was it fun?
Fitness.
I think
the party disbanded or something. Where
oh, it did. Oh, 1 minute. Here we
go. Why have you sent me the boys meme compilation?
Yeah, because that was the meme. I was gonna show you like what I was gonna use for the clip I made yesterday. I should have used.
Oh, okay. I'll have to watch it. I'll watch it later, bro. Wait, what was other topics we talked about? I think we covered most of them.
We have. I wanted to touch on one little thing actually to do with dieting.
Yes.
So, what is your opinion of food?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. But like, do you? Okay, so I'll kind of explain. So I think what I was gonna say is an important thing for people to understand is there isn't such thing as a healthy food, like individual food. That's what I mean. I don't think that applies. I think you need a little bit of everything because that's the point of having a balanced diet. You need carbs, you need protein, you need salad. Obviously, it's a weighing thing, but like, say for example, you shouldn't feel like kind of what's the word? You shouldn't feel terrified of food for one thing. Like you shouldn't feel kind of oh, if I'm gonna have this ice cream, I'm gonna feel like shit because I've lost all my gains and stuff like that. But it's not gonna affect that unless you're having 3 pints of ice cream a day. Because and yeah, like I do things where I'll have like 2 pizzas, but that's because I haven't eaten anything else. I'm really hungry and I need the carbs, and I actually do use it. So it's a case of weighing those options. And obviously oh, sorry, you go.
Sorry. I was gonna say the main thing is like calories in, calories out. That's the main thing, whether you're gonna like lose or gain weight. But I think I'd say some foods are better than others. Like some have like literally less like saturated fat, or I think obviously you need a balanced diet. But there's a difference between I'd say like KFC and like chicken breast.
Yeah, no, definitely.
One's more heavy than the other, but you need to have a lot of like healthy foods.
But that doesn't mean you can't incorporate it anyway as well. It's like you can't.
Yeah,
you can have fried chicken. You shouldn't feel afraid of it, and it's got lots of protein.
It's just about how often you do it, basically. Like you can have cheat meals. I mean, I don't have cheat day. I just have like stuff
I just have food that I want to eat, kind of thing. but I keep in mind that like if I'm having something that I might say, oh, this is a bit out of the norm for my diet, I'll keep in mind that I shouldn't do this like too often, kind of thing. And that's kind of the rewarding side of it as well. It's like, oh, I'll go out for a pizza when I'm like actually feel like I've earned it, or I've like done that and I've really enjoyed it. I enjoy it even more.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
So
It's true, yeah. I will say after like sometimes I tend to have like a weekend or whatever where I just have a load of unhealthy things because maybe it's like an occasion or someone's birthday. And I usually have like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 takeaways and then cake and load of stuff.
oh, bro.
And then I'm always, after I have that, like those few days, I'm always motivated to, you know, come back and
Yeah.
be healthy again.
Exactly.
So, in a way, it's good as a reward and it's good as a reminder of like why you should eat healthy in a sense. But it's also, of course, important in moderation to enjoy, you know, enjoy the good stuff, man. Enjoy
That discipline, bro.
cake.
All about that discipline. Yeah, but
you can enjoy your KFC, you can enjoy your cake.
but yeah, it's a lifestyle, not a diet. I think that's my point.
Yeah, that's the main. I completely agree with that.
Yeah. So yeah, that was what I was gonna say about dieting.
What we're talking about before that was the boxing. Oh,
yeah, we're talking about boxing. Oh, there was one actually. There's a little thing maybe I should tell you about, because I don't know if you know about this. I learned this through Misha, I think, or research alongside Misha. I can't remember exactly what. But did you know that basically there's a bunch of studies that have been done to suggest that. Also, I'll start the mission. Sorry.
That's okay,
that basically the stomach bacteria inside your, because everyone has a lot of stomach bacteria in there. That's just how you digest things easier, and there's a bunch of reasons. Fun fact as well, there's your fart is actually the culmination of all that bacteria's farts. So there you go.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I thought it was just
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
But there's been scientific research to suggest that basically your eating habits can be very much dependent on your stomach bacteria. And it kind of makes sense, because it's like basically suggesting, say if I eat pizza, like or eat pizza and a tub of ice cream every day, and like say I do that for a month straight, for example, my bacteria are so like adapted, because they die and they try to survive inside my stomach, and they obviously latch onto certain types of food. So in this case, sugar and carbs, like associated with pizza. So basically, if I try to stop eating that, it'll be so much harder for me, because I'm like, my stomach bacteria is so used to it, they'll literally prompt me through like hormonal reactions to say, oh, you should eat this because I like this. You need pizza. And so it's funny how much they can influence your like dietary behavior.
You get like literally like acne or like spots if you don't eat a certain.
No, it's nothing like that. I don't think. It's a case of just like it influences your behavior in terms of it makes you start craving. It could be the reason for food cravings with certain things.
Oh my god.
So, yeah.
So interesting, yeah. Makes a lot of sense actually, yeah. Just the way you said it about it's based on the habits of your.
So if you ever need that as motivation to be like, bro, I need to stop eating ice cream, just think, bro, I need to stop this fucking bacteria from determining what my life is about. They don't know me. I have no idea. It's a grenade, but oh, okay.
The guy next to you just died. Nice.
Ow, I'm getting sniped from somewhere.
It does kind of make sense though. Oh well.
Oh. I think there are people in trees.
Maybe use those smokes we were told to use. But you've also.
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know how to though.
Hello, lads. Okay.
Oh, you're welcome.
If fellas, oh no,
but yeah, so that's a little fun fact about stomach bacteria.
Very cool, actually. Yeah, no, that kind of makes sense now that you've said that.
But yeah, is there anything else you'd like to discuss on the topic of physical and body health and fitness and shit? I'm just getting shot from everywhere, bro.
Burning man, I'm getting shot from everywhere.
I know, right? I think it's the trees.
Oh. Be it to me. I don't know what else. Yeah, we've talked about a lot of stuff, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
But we haven't gone into some stuff in detail as much.
Yeah, maybe we should like
do that in a follow-up.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe it was someone who maybe knows a bit more than us as well.
A good overview. Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't die, Omar. Right. Oh my god, bro, we're getting molested right now.
Oh my god, I'm not even shooting the trees. So. Oh.
You can handle that, right? No.
I got it, man. What else?
I'm just trying to think about it. Yeah.
One thing I used to have was a pretty bad case of playing video games all day. But I think fitness is like the perfect. If you're someone that I don't know spends a lot of time at your computer and stuff, I think fitness is like the best, I guess, resolution for that, or balance.
Yeah, actually, I'd actually say that as well. I think it's a good way to get out and like kind of it can open your mind to like doing stuff kind of thing.
I would say especially for video games, because I think with fitness, you get like what video games tend to do is they'll mimic a sense or like a thing of progress. Fitness is probably the best real life.
Yeah, it's like leveling up, bro. You're just maxing out your physical stats. Oh fuck. Yeah.
You find I used to play what was it? Call of Duty. Oh, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I used to play Call of Duty too. It's almost like what we're doing right now. Yeah,
but it's like
and I think
way too much.
I think the implication as well, actually, because we're just outside, we're kind of basically just out of the pandemic now. I think COVID is actually. Do you think it's had a negative effect or a positive effect on people's physical health?
Awful effect on mine. I won't lie. What do you think, like being reintroduced to? I guess.
Because I think it's a bit both. I think it helps people. Like, because, especially during lockdowns, some people were like, wow, okay, I only get to go out once for, like, exercise, so I might as well do it, because otherwise I'm just going to be in the house all day, kind of thing. And I think in those situations, it's helped those kinds of people.
Oh my god, why are there so many? Oh my
gosh. I died. Oh, yeah. I think it helps those people, like, basically, because you're so bored of not doing anything that you feel like, okay, I gotta do something here. I know, and encourages it.
Like that at first, but because the lockdowns, they just kept coming, bro. I just got really, like, demotivated. I stopped, I think exercising altogether at one point. My family was like, bro, you gotta, what the fuck are you doing? You gotta do some exercise.
What are you doing?
I used to play Valorant like most of the day, besides uni.
Yeah. And you weren't even good at it too. I
can't believe this.
Did he actually end up getting out gold?
I don't think so. I mean, played on rated, to be fair, bro, because it's just more fun.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not much of a competitive player. I always get, I don't know, it's like a different level. I get not stressed, but like frustrated because of like there's always in comp there's always a reason to get frustrated, like say there's hackers or say there's a smurf, which normally there will be in those kinds of games, and you're just basically sat there trying to beat people who are so much better than you at the game, and it's just kind of very demotivating to do anything.
Not really worthwhile to be concerned about, to be honest, in my opinion now, looking back.
Yeah, no, especially I'd say that as well, looking back. Like, there was no point of me getting worked up about it, but I'd look at Travis and I'd see his goddamn Supreme and Global Elite, and I'd just be like, bro, I could do that, and I can't. I can't. I don't know how he does it.
Oh, I'm gonna die, Yeah, I feel like if you have issue with playing video games and stuff, just make it like a social thing. Kind of like how you were saying the other day, where you're like, I only drink alcohol like in a social setting or things. I pretty much only play video games now when someone else to play them with, or whatever.
Mm.
So I feel like that, you know, I manage my time better with that rule, I guess.
Yeah, no, I get that completely.
Otherwise, I just spend all day playing. I remember in like year 9, I got my Xbox 360, but I used to play like Friday night. To be playing Far Cry 4.
Oh, bro. I've had I've actually, my problems more recently have been I've been staring at my phone too much, and I think it's become a natural problem because I'd be sat scrolling on my phone for hours and hours and hours and hours without even realizing that it's been hours, and it was affecting me in a pretty negative way. I won't lie. I'm still kind of getting out of it, but basically I deleted YouTube on my phone.
Yeah, no, I'm the exact
to
same
try and
way,
stop it.
I mean, the only reason I've been on my phone so much today is I've just been waiting for the fucking call about my job. So hang on, how much? Spent 25 minutes on Chrome, 21 minutes of this.
Oh, that's a great shout. I haven't seen. Actually, to be fair, I'm on Samsung. I don't really know how to check that stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm on Samsung as well. Yeah, you can go in settings. I think it's a good way to have I have a widget on my home screen to just say, okay, you've wasted this much time.
Where is it? Screen time.
It'd be in a. Oh, I think it's widgets. I think it's actually on the home screen.
Is it?
Yeah, and you can get a breakdown. So I spent 25 minutes on Chrome, 22 on Discord. The rest has just been my phone.
I showed Smart View, nearby share.
I probably spent an hour and a half of actual like doing stuff like procrastinating on my phone today.
I don't see it anywhere. Oh well. Point is, yeah, I've deleted my YouTube now, and I think I'm kind of getting out of that mindset of you know, being on my phone all day and doing nothing productive.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Because obviously, I think it's fine to relax, and that's one thing I like to do. I like to watch YouTube or something occasionally to, you know, just basically chill out on bed and just relax and like unwind from the day. But I think when I'm doing it like without realizing it all the time, it's bad. It's everything in moderation, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've so much more focus. Like I deleted Instagram off my phone and social media. I think what else? Maybe Twitter.
I want to, but I'm trying to post on it now as well, so makes it.
What I did is I set a rule, so the only time I can go on Instagram is on my desktop. I can't go on it on my phone, so I have to uninstall it.
Oh, okay.
You find the amount of times you actually have a thought of like, okay, I want to go on Instagram to look at something.
Yeah,
it's literally 2 or 3 times a day.
I've really just found it a lot where like it's almost second nature for my hand to just go, oh, okay, I guess we're watching. Let's go to Instagram, and then my phone will try to go, oh, let's go to YouTube, and I'm like, oh wait, I don't have it installed, kind of thing. It's weird how your body's kind of like, yeah, I want to. I guess we're doing this kind of thing.
It becomes like literally muscle memory. So
yeah.
I mean, that's the rule I have for myself. Like, I had Instagram on my phone again for like about a month or 2, but I found I just was a lot less fun to play.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like kind of said, okay, I need to not have it on my phone at all. And it also means like when you're out in public, you can't just, I guess, go on your phone. Like,
yeah, it encourages actual social interaction as well.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to do other things as well, like, you know, play guitar or whatever. Oh, there's a guy right there who's been shooting me the whole time. All right. Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, that's other. I just got a teammate.
Come save me, Omar.
I'm coming. A teammate, wait. Oh, I've been shot.
Oh, we're about to die. Oh, he got him. He got him. Where though? I just keep running up and getting shot.
There's literally 10 guys in front of you.
Yeah, I know. I was hiding behind cover though. That didn't go well.
I just didn't register as a lead there.
So, yeah.
Right next to you, bro.
So, what about your? Do you want to talk about your meme account a bit? Like, what happened with that for one thing, but also like, what compelled you to even do that back in secondary school?
I don't know. It was during COVID.
Was it during? No, wasn't it? It was before that. I remember in Dame Alice Owens you had the thing, and he had like 10k then, and then got up to like 20. I can't kill it.
It's during COVID. It was during COVID. It's 2020.
Damn.
I swear it was.
I swear I remember you having it in secondary school, or A level.
I know it was a bit of a meme in secondary school, but.
And what was the inspiration? What was the motivation to get that memes daily?
I was like, you know what? Try making a little meme page. Post some memes.
And why did you end up stopping? Because you had quite a bit of a community. You had like. Good...
You know what? I just kept getting shadow banned because I'd post like that'd be too edgy or whatever, and then just get reported.
Oh.
I just got fed up, and then I was like, you know what? Instagram's not good for me as it is. I didn't really feel any sense of fulfillment from posting, if I'm honest.
Yeah, you wasn't. Yeah.
Well, beyond people being like, "This is a nice meme, bro."
Bro, that was a sick ass meme.
This is so poggers, brother.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I just thought, I wasn't working out at that point as well, like barely at all. So I was like, okay, I need to fix myself a bit more here.
Okay, and that was like the thing you were like, all right, this is something I don't need anymore.
I just looked at myself. I was like, you should be putting your time into other things. Does this really matter?
Yeah.
Really? Like, even like uni work, I was just getting a bit demotivated and stuff. So.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. It's priorities, I guess.
Interesting.
I don't think I probably should have sold it. I didn't even sell it.
Yeah, sold it. To be fair, you should have sold merch, bro. You could have got some money out of that.
Something I shit in my pants.
Yeah, bro. That would have been such a great merch drop. The I shitted my pants merch. I kept saying it to you as well. I remember.
I remember Joe Cal was like, bro, when you drop him.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die.
Oops, I just put that in the chat. Thank you.
Imagine you're in the wall and someone's like,
dog. Yeah. I've had plenty of times where I've wanted to do stuff like being a content creator. Like literally, this is kind of a startup of one of those things again. But this is nice as well because it's a case of I just get to talk to you, which is nice. Get to just chill out vibe, and we'll see how it goes because this is only like technically the second episode. No, I'm not expecting much by it, and it's okay if nothing goes with it. But
you can still get a lot from it,
Yeah, it's nice to just talk about these things. It's all about the development, Oh, I just chucked a grenade at you. Speaking, you're welcome. But yeah. So I've had multiple attempts at trying to be a content creator, like with the YouTube and the Twitch, and oh, that guy's dead. And yeah, sorry, that was just bringing me Logan Paul flashbacks. But yeah, like none of it like ended up like I enjoyed making the content, but the amount of time it was taking to do it, and it didn't feel like worthwhile, or like I didn't feel satisfying because it always kind of put me off every time I uploaded. Like I wouldn't get, I mean, it makes sense. I wouldn't get that many views or anything like that, but I'd always get discouraged because it's like, why am I even doing this kind of thing?
No.
And like the difference is this is like I don't really care if no one see. I mean, it'd be nice if we advertise it and we get people on here. Especially if we get people on here that I'll be content because it'd be just funny to talk to people from different places, like from different experiences. And
oh my gosh, what's happening? Oh, they're in the.
So, yeah. I am still gonna, however, keep doing those charity streams I do every year for the for charity.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I should swap the month for that though, actually, because I do it in June, July-ish. And the first time originally I did it was because that was when the certain charity event was happening, where it's like stream for depression during COVID. This was And I did it again this year, but it's like a bit hard because it's in the middle of the year. Not everyone can be so our tank. Yeah, I know. So
I didn't shoot myself, bro. I was like, oh no, it's an enemy tank.
But yeah, but that is like a case of I'm doing this. It may put like 24 hours. It doesn't take that much organization, and it's just kind of a good thing to have. This tank just murdered me. Because at the end of the day, it's like I'm trying to earn money for charity, and I may not even earn, like, I don't have to earn millions of pounds or anything like that, but anything seems like a bit of a dub for me, because it's like I'm actually doing something to help.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's the reward of it, I guess. So.
Yeah.
Would love to do that, but my my computer would literally just die. I might do the push-up one you guys did.
Oh yeah, we did that as well.
We could maybe do that one, something like that together, or I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're more than welcome to hop on the stream thing if you want to do next year or something. I've already done it this year, but maybe next time we'll do it around Christmas time or something. I don't know.
That'd be cool. Oh my gosh, I'm getting flattened.
Oh fuck.
Running. My Type 99 go? Oh, I wanted that. It's a shotgun.
I'm going to die.
You're gonna die if you think you're gonna die.
There, I got it. There you go.
Mine.
There we go. That'll sort everything out. Chuck about 4 grenades.
Range. Jeez, the shotgun is lovely.
Yeah, the trench gun's really good. And yeah, that's my experience with content creation. I am also kind of implementing, because I have the skill. I've built up skills from being able to edit and do like stuff.
Yeah, you could get like a thing as a video editor.
Maybe. I may not have that level of like professional skills, but I have enough to be able to like use it and properly. And I still do kind of, because I kind of use it in like my day-to-day life, like with the Robotics Society. We're going to be documenting our stuff, probably in a video advertisement kind of format. And yeah, so that'll be a fun little thing to be able to like implement those skills back in again. Of course, we have to build the fucking thing first, which has a lot of problems so far. But
you already know how to build robots. That arm is looking menacing.
yeah, no, it's coming on well. The building thing is fine for it. It's the coding that's making me shit myself, because it's hard to. I've got to basically be able to open its fingers when I open my fingers, kind of thing, using a camera, which is pretty nice. But then I need to get the other muscles, like the elbow and the shoulder, and that's surprisingly difficult because I don't know what I'm doing for it. I've got to try and figure that out.
Are you here? Are you here?
Yeah, man.
On a bit of a tangent from fitness, guys, but now we just. I think we covered most of fitness, to be fair. So I don't mind just talking about whatever.
So.
Damn, bro, I did terrible that round.
Yeah. Should you be a streamer, Omar?
I don't think I'd be very good. Also, I don't know if I could be bothered to invest in a PC that can actually like.
Would you start an OnlyFans?
Yes, absolutely. Let's sell my hairy feet pics.
Isn't it funny how like it's kind of flipped on its axis now, like society in that way? Like imagine like 10 years ago, you could ruin someone's life by like having their nudes posted everywhere, kind of thing. Because well, no, you still can, yeah, true, but it's more like now that screw that, they're posting it themselves, kind of thing. To get money. Like the porn industry has never been like any more ridiculous than it is right now. So
I don't understand people who pay for that though, like legit.
I can't, yeah, nah, it's just waste of money. But
I think they're just so down bad they don't see
how do we fix the down bad men, Omar? What's the solution?
Slap them in the face. Bro, I saw this clip about, it must have been like TwitchCon this year. There was like this like hot girl or whatever, and you know like all the Twitch girls, they do like they wear like really revealing clothes and shit, and
yeah,
the only like most of the reason they get viewers is because they're hot.
Oh yeah, no, that's a big portion. Oh, you like with tanks now.
The guys were like going up to them, to the girl, not even like looking her in the eye and saying like hi, and then they were just like, oh, can you like step on me? She literally looks like stepping on these dudes, man.
Yeah.
And like, it's just they were what you'd expect out of like a Twitch or Discord mod.
Yeah, I hate how formulaic it's all kind of become. Could be like a Twitch, just be a Twitch fart. It is sad.
I'm trying to take the piss out of those guys, but like they need to Twitch. I mean, I know anyone watching this thing on Twitch.
Oh yeah, that's true.
For your usage of it, because it's not taking over your life.
Do you know what I think as well? I think the gaming industry, like I'm gonna segue onto this. I think the gaming industry has changed a lot, but like in a well, no, sorry. I think the gaming industry has actually stopped in its progression.
Yeah, you know what? Like, there's not a... Okay.
I think...
Not like... No, there's not a ton of games that I can think of that have come out recently that I can think of. Compared to how they used to be. Got a tank somewhere? Where is it?
It's like there, I think. Oh, here it is. Yeah. I just feel like everything seems to need to fall into some kind of formula, from like game mechanics to storytelling. And it can mean that there's no creativity, and it can kind of just ruin a game. Or like, and a lot of them also, there is no other industry in the world that would get away with the shit that gaming industry does. Because the gaming industry, you can get away with releasing unfinished products, and people will be like, oh, I'll be fine, we'll just patch it later.
Oh yeah, that's actually very true, yeah.
You're paying 60 quid or like whatever, how much, for a brand new like something that's supposed to be a company standard, like
that's very true.
like level, and what you get is a half-finished game with all these bugs and all these issues, and their excuse is, oh, it's fine, we'll patch it out later on over the next year. And it's just insane to me. Oh, you died. That's fine. It's just insane to me, because you'd never see that. Like, saying, like, imagine in the music industry, for example, someone just releases a half-finished song and be like, oh, we're just gonna release the other half in another year.
I mean, I guess in a sense, no, I think that is possible. You could have like songs that are just not like, you can just tell they're not as much effort or anything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like you can just stop a song halfway through.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, it's, or in some cases as well, you have to pay to hear the other half of the song. Like paying with DLC to like actually get the most out of a story, not as like fun content.
I think I was gonna bring up when you were talking about unfinished things. I was saying, like, you know how like some phones don't even come with chargers anymore, or
yeah, that's so
like,
true.
Headphones or things like that. You're seeing it a lot in just loads of things.
I think Android, since I've gone back to Android, it's been pretty good. I'm about to die. Oh no.
I do like Android.
I actually have a phone jack again, which is something Apple decided, you know what, you don't need phone jacks anymore. In fact, you just have an Apple standard one that not only is your phone jack, but you also can't charge your phone and use the phone jack at the same time, because there's only one port. Which is, it's just great. I love that. Yeah, I just love that level of, we're just gonna scam you kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, I guess people have just lower and lower standards. People are just willing to put up money for not much. So maybe that's why. That's the thing with like phone products, or these dudes not dying. Sorry, one sec.
We need to kill those turrets because they're gonna kill me, Omar.
I killed one turret. That's one.
I get it? Oh no.
Oh lads. Oh, I'm stuck. I need to try and get. Okay, nice.
And yeah, it's just weird how everything. Okay, so going back to the gaming industry though, with the level, how I think everything's kind of become formulaic. Apart from a few things stand out, and I think one of them is definitely the new one, which is Ragnarok, the God of War game. That was beautiful. Like, okay, the game mechanics I think actually could be considered formulaic, kind of, like, because it's its own kind of unique-ish style, because it's a completely different series. But the storytelling was like nothing else I've ever seen before. Like I didn't even play it. I watched it. I watched it, and I felt content watching up to 30 hours of a game that I wasn't playing because it flowed so well. Like literally, you never. Oh, okay. I'm trying to kill this guy. I'm trying to kill this guy. There you go.
Respawn. Hang on. Oh, there we go. It just disappeared.
Ow. But yeah, there's no like, it was almost like watching a movie, like a very long movie, but it just everything flowed so well, and it was insane. I've never seen anything like it in storytelling games. Like it always seems to be like a bit where it's like the momentum stops kind of thing, but it never did. It just kept hitting. And if we're talking about gameplay, I think Elden Ring has got a 10 out of 10 for that because of how unique all the systems are and how many bosses, how great the level design and all the character designs and all that stuff is. It's just very unique, and they've really tried their hardest to make that like a really good game. But then there's other things like Call of Duty.
Yeah, they've just developed a method they know works, and every year they're going to get customers. So.
Yeah, they've made a formula. But I think Battlefield is even worse because you know the new game.
Oh, yeah.
What was it called? Battlefield 2042 or something like that.
Apparently it was terrible.
I didn't even play it, but I've seen it, and apparently it didn't even have as many. It didn't have anywhere near as many features as Battlefield Hardline, I think, which was a game that came out a good 10, 15 years before. And it's a case of, if you're not providing a quality game to a level that like was brand new, like now, so with modern technology, and you're charging even more than the game that was made 15 years ago with limited technology, then what are you really paying for? And yeah, it's outrageous, honestly. But yeah, me too. Oh my god, let's just back up. Let's back the fuck up.
I think there's been like a tipping point where people have just started realizing, okay, these guys just want some money.
Like I haven't played a COD game in ages now, apart from these old ones. But
this one I played with Black Ops 3.
I think the Modern Warfare series, the campaign anyway, seems to be doing at least a little bit better. Like with their storytelling anyway. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, again. Where's this dude on the left? Can they come around the corner this time?
I don't think they're shooting us, so it's fine. It's just... Oh, it's alright.
Is this... Oh, there's someone in that tower up there. There you go. Oh, careful.
I'm pushing out. Oh, he's right here. Oh, I'm gonna die.
Oh, I got one. We are gonna... It's okay.
Keep driving. Oh, there's another tank. There you go, he got him. Right.
Nice. Guy over there.
Alright, we need to take care of these guys with the RPGs. My god, they're everywhere. But yeah. So that's... What kind of games do you enjoy nowadays, actually, Omar? That's a good question.
I always like death and destructive games. I don't know, like... yeah, honestly, like FPS has always been my sort of go-to. I don't know why. Just, I like things blowing up, I guess.
Hmm. I always just like death and destruction. Really is.
I mean, Gary's that's a go game.
Yeah. Well, what about new modern games? Have you played any modern-ish games that recently came out?
I'm trying to think of. Fall Guys is probably one of the most recent ones. The Spider-Man one I've downloaded, let's just say. Not really.
What do you think of Spider-Man actually? Because I haven't played it, but
I like it a lot. Like my computer's not good, so I can't run it on the best settings.
Is it like a bit like a? Because I know you've played all the Arkham Asylum games. Would you call it a clone almost?
I played no, it's not a clone. The combat system's similar, but it's just. No, I only played one. I had Arkham City, I think. That game is very sick, and the world is completely different. The combat system is probably the only thing that's similar.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a clone by any means. And the story.
I'm going to die.
Really like watch the story and stuff, and it's a very heartfelt story.
Yeah, I really liked the story in the PS4. Miles one is okay actually. You know, because they had the Miles Morales story.
Yeah, I think it's like a short. It's going to be like a short game, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just the thing I don't like about it is I didn't find the antagonist very likable, which is like even as an antagonist, I didn't think they were likable, kind of thing. I thought she was just a bit of an idiot and a bit of a bratty child.
Is this the villain, the Tinkerer?
Yeah, the Tinkerer.
Yeah,
I thought Otto. I love what they did with Otto and how it started off with him and Peter being like really good mates, and then Otto just kept getting pushed to the edge, and then also getting affected by the you know the tentacle monster thing, whatever it's called, the chip in his head.
Creation. Yeah.
I really liked it. I think. Obviously, it had its moments where like, bruh, why you didn't have to do this, but like, I liked the progression, and I think it went very well.
I think the lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man had an even better like motivation because he just wanted to make everyone lizards. Just
because just because. Well, from there was games for that.
We completed the game.
Yeah, I think we.
I think I had the Amazing Spider-Man game actually.
I had the Amazing Spider-Man game and the second one as well. I never played the second one.
I had the second one. I played the first one on the Wii U.
Oh, the memes of the just Spider-Man 3, I think it was. It's the OG Tobey Maguire ones. It's like the
I had that
with the lady in the burning building, where she goes,
she's like, "Help me!
Help me! I'm going to die!" And then
she's like, I'm going to die. And then it just blows up.
Oh.
So I had Spider-Man 3 on the Wii as well. That was actually like a genuinely fun game.
Yeah.
Spider-Man was alright. There was no like free roam in that one. Like free roam.
Yeah, I think it's kind of it's like a flat line in the gaming industry, and with a few peaks. Yeah. Occasional peaks. Very tiny though.
I think the peaks are mainly like the PS4 games always just, or PS5 sorry, just deliver. I don't even know what was that on Xbox at the moment. Does Xbox do FIFA?
What
I don't know what like no, Xbox does Halo. It does actually don't know. Like what exclusives or.
It does Halo. Yeah, it does Halo. That's probably its biggest one.
Yeah.
What else? There was another one. I'm trying to think of. I think there's was it Dead Rising or something? What it was called? There was 3 of those games.
I think Xbox is like typically, from what I remember at least, is more like multiplayer.
Yeah, and I think PS is much more for story games. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I've slowly started to like story games a lot more. No, I haven't played many, but I think. Well, most multiplayer games they don't have as much like I guess passion in them.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, they don't necessarily need to have a good story.
One of the things I'm very sad about that's become very generic, and honestly, I'm just not gonna buy that content anymore. Is Pokemon. I really hate what Pokemon's become. It's really fallen into that, where it's just another iteration of these very lackluster creations that a toddler drew, and then they're just making use of those. Like, it's nothing. I don't know. I guess maybe it also gets a bit repetitive for one thing. But there was something about the old games that just felt so much better. And like, me and Ed played them. I played those games so many times.
Oh my gosh.
To the point where we basically can't get sick of it, and it's a very hard game to get sick of. Specifically Fire Red, actually, because it's short but sweet. I was getting shot of an arc.
What makes you want to sort of replay it? Oh, hello.
What?
Or just like there's a lot to do in the game, or is it?
It's less of like, so it's just a fun experience, especially when you play on an emulator, because you can speed the game up as well, which a lot of games you can't.
I've just grenaded myself back.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm coming.
I meant to throw it at someone and then it bounced off the wall.
Hey, bro. I'm just gonna die real quick too. There you go. Was there a guy behind us? Oh. But yeah, it's honestly the thing that keeps like bringing me back to it is probably the what is it? What's the word for it? Like the memories that me and Ed have with that game. It's like it's very dear to us, and it's like one of those games that we, even as grown-ass men, will just be like, hey bro, do you want to speedrun this game with me? And we'll just do it because it's not long as well, but it's fun from like the things that can happen. And we also used to do loads of challenges. But yeah, it's just a goodie. And the problem with Pokemon now is how out of character it seems with the older series, and how generic they seem to like keep it, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah.
I also think, I feel like nostalgia is also, is that guy alive?
Yeah, nostalgia, that was the perfect word I was looking for, god damn it.
Like, strong thing, and like, I remember I booted up my DS a few months ago to look at Complete Saga. It looks so, like, the graphics look so bad, but at the time I was like, oh, this is amazing, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's still an amazing game, I think. But...
I just murdered a private.
Oh, they're all done there. Oh, I didn't realise. Well, I used to play Mario Kart a lot on the Wii. Complete Saga was my first love. Go Indiana Jones. Oh, what I used to play mainly was like the DS. And the DS was Complete Saga, then Indiana Jones just back to back for hours.
Yeah, exactly. It's all those DS games. Oh, Mario Kart. I think Mario Kart has been okay. I think with the times, I think they've done all right. One thing I hate though about Mario Kart is especially in the newer one, the coin system. I don't like it. I don't like it. You can like it. You're entitled to your opinion, all that stuff. But basically, it means you go around. There's coins everywhere on the map, kind of thing. Like while you're driving through the course, and you can collect up to 10. And the more you collect, the faster your car is, pretty much.
Okay, yeah.
And the problem with that is how redundant it makes certain items. Because if I have 10 coins, I am still faster than you if you have a queen and a queen mushroom and a star with 3 coins. But like just me driving is faster than that. So it's game breaking and it makes it redundant. And the problem is as well is on the new games they didn't add an option to really turn it off. You can turn the coins off, but you also turn items off as well. Meaning I can't play a regular game without coins only. So yeah, so that's my main issue with it. Because I like playing the old Wii version games, you know, where it's just literally simple. You just go in there, you grab boxes, you kill people, throw turtles at people, you know, like that kind of stuff. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how you chuck Molotovs.
I only played on the Wii Mario Kart. See, besides like the Switch stuff I played with you and Josh. No, it's okay. I just think clock.
Yeah, me neither. I was trying to find the Molotov button.
I need to get another gun.
But yeah. Thank you everyone for listening. This was the Podbox podcast. If you enjoyed the content, please rate it 5 stars or give it a like, depending on if you're on Spotify or YouTube. If you're on YouTube as well, feel free to leave comments or questions, and we'll try and answer them and make a topic out of it when we can. And yeah, thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.